leading us, and also to Isabella and Lucia and Juan for bringing us the beauty of the flowers and the copal incense. I hope many of you received the message that comes through these ephemeral, beautiful things that don't last for very long, but they give us a sense of what the meaning of life is. So thank you very, very much. I want to welcome all of you to this sacred circle, where for the 5th time in 5 years we have gathered together to honor and remember the dead from COVID. COVID struck such an incredible blow into the lives of New Yorkers 5 years ago. And of course, it quickly spread and traveled around the world. Millions of people died of COVID, and 50,000 died here in New York City. So it behooves us to remember, it behooves us to think on these losses, these people that we will never see again. The poet James Merrill wrote a poem called Vigil, and the first 2 lines of the poem are, "As the companion is dead, so we must all die together somewhat." Now the word somewhat in this poem is a very powerful, powerful word. It brings to mind the work of mourning, the work of grieving, the work of remembrance, that for those who have died, we do the work of dying with them. And that's why we come into this circle. That's why for the past 5 years, the Naming the Lost Memorials team, collective, bunch of great people who got together in the beginning of COVID, have come to this place, Greenwood Cemetery, to honor and remember the dead. So I'd like to really invite all of you into this circle, because different from the past, we're not going to present singers and dancers in a program-like format. We are going to be doing ritual with you and hope that you will participate in the rituals that we offer to you tonight to remember the dead and honor the dead. So that's, that's a little bit of a twist, but this is our last blast. This is the end of our project. We will, here at Greenwood, we will have another memorial at Days of the Dead in October, and that will be our final memorial. So we wanted to give our audience, our participating audience, more of a chance to feel the nature of ritual experience and feel the potency of communication with those who have gone. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and I hope you all will be up for it. We have a beautiful mandala compass in front of you. Take inspiration from that, and we have some other surprises as well. I'd like now to introduce Alexa Aviles. Here she comes. Alexa Aviles. She's the OG in naming the Lost Memorials. Alexa, as you probably know, is the council person for District 38 here in Sunset Park. She was elected shortly after we all got together to begin making memorials in 2020. And she is our lodestar. She's our North Pole. She's the one that we shoot for every year. And it's always wonderful to have her come back and say a few words and open our circle for us. Thank you, Alexa.
Fancy. So hello everyone, welcome For those of you who maybe this is your first time here in this beautiful land, I want to welcome you. As Kay said, my name is Alexa Aviles. I am truly proud to represent this beautiful community of Sunset Park, Red Hook, and portions of many other neighborhoods in the South. And, I came to this project because I was also grieving at the time. Like so many people across our city and really across the globe who were losing their loved ones. And it was a way to deal with my grief and to support each other. And I will say one of the most amazing results of that was meeting these incredible humans here that I am so proud and honored to have been able to partner with and create and cry and love and continue to learn together. And while this is, I feel a little emotional. I'm like, wow, 5 years, so much has happened. I learned that ephemeral is, forever, right? But it's not permanent, but it is forever. And so I hope that these rituals, this time together, while not permanent, will remain forever in your spirits. And being in this place will be forever in your spirits. And I hope that you feel love and compassion, and that too will be in your spirit. So particularly now, when days are dark and people are doing kind of awful things, very awful things, remember that here you are loved in your whole self. And that New York City is a welcoming city, and it wants all people to be here, and it wants all people to thrive. No matter what other people say, that's what we want, and that's what we claim. So I will not talk anymore, but bienvenidos, gracias por estar aquí. And lastly, I have to always leave by saying some of the names of my people who we lost during COVID. And we lost 4 of our family members in 1 week. But we remember them and we love them and we thank them for the gifts that they gave us, because I have some pretty good memories with all of them. So I'll start with Antonio Aviles. Presente. Victalia Hernandez. Titi Eva and Tia Orang Candelario. They were a couple that were married for over 50 years, and they were in 2 separate nursing homes, and they died one day after each other. Talk about spirits that are connected. They were like, oh no, you are not doing that. So with that, thank you for your loved ones. Thank you for sharing. For everyone who created memorials outside, thank you for bringing the beauty into our community. And I have to thank Greenwood Cemetery for being an incredible host to this project and a good partner, a good community partner, because all of this takes community, y'all. Protect each other, love each other. We keep each other safe. Y pa'lante. Gracias.
Thank you, Alexa. And now I'd like to bring Gabrielle Gatto up to the microphone. Gabrielle is the death educator here at Greenwood Cemetery, and she has been our guiding light for everything Greenwood. She's been with us for many, many years and helped us make this project what it is here at the cemetery, and we're ever grateful to her. And to Margie and volunteers who have worked on this project with us over the past 5 years. So let's bring Gabrielle Gatto up to the microphone.
Thank you, Kay. I'm just going to speak from the heart. The word Alexa just used community. That is what we want to be here at Greenwood. We want, even if you don't have a loved one here, we want everyone to know that this is a space for community, for collective grief, for ritual. I started a week before lockdown here, and it was a really wild time. but when when you guys came in here, and there was a physical expression of our collective grief with so many community groups, it just felt so New York. And we're really happy that we've been able to share these years together. I'm really grateful. I know sometimes weather's wonky and installation plans go awry, but this team, I mean, I admire you all so much, and you are such a good role model for us here at Greenwood to continue to be a space like this. And I hope for many, many years we work together and we grieve together and we remember together. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabrielle. And now it is with great pleasure that I introduce three of the Naming the Lost Memorial team that has been working on this project for the past many years. Jenny Romaine, Megan Paradis Hanley, and Sandra A.M. Bell. They will introduce the rest of the NTLM team, as well as others who we want to remember and thank this evening.
You first. Step forward. I can't find it. They go off the page all of a sudden. All right.
We go slow here. We slow down.
All right. Greetings, everyone. Woo! Well, let me hear you. Okay, so I am Sandra A.M. Bell, part of the team, and today, 2025, May 8th, the theme of this year's memorial is a bridge. Let me hear you say a bridge. A bridge. Uh-oh, Lord have mercy. That's all my pages went right.
Joelle, do you want to help?
You think it'll be all right? So what am I going to speak on?
Give him a minute.
This one's good? Oh, right. All right. Good old fashioned. Uh-oh. Okay. Turn down for me. Down more chair.
There you go.
Good old fashioned hardwired mic. How's that? Okay, so like I was saying, the theme of this year's memorial is a bridge, a stitch, a compass, a COVID memorial for the past, present, and future. It will be here at Greenwood Cemetery on the fences from May 8th, which is today, till June 8th. So bring your friends and bring everybody, especially at night. And you'll know why.
Each year, when we start to plan this, we meet with the people we call the smart people, and we ask them, what time is it on the COVID clock of the world? That question that Grace Lee Boggs used to ask, like, what time is it on the clock of the world? And then we take those questions to our partners. And this year, we talked about bridges that cross great differences, that can vault incredibly high, that can connect things, that can be decorative. We talked about stitches, which can offer repair and are also incredibly strong and can bring things together and can go wherever the heck they want. Stitches. And finally, compasses, which help us navigate things we can't see and to move forward into the unknown.
We've also covered the fence with at least 46,955 lights, which is the best number we can find, documenting how many of our neighbors, friends, and family we lost in New York City to COVID. This is an undercount, but it's the best number that we can accurately stand up and say, we lost 50,000 New Yorkers. So at the end of our ceremony today, we hope that you will go down the hill and look at the memorial illuminated by the light of those 50,000 New Yorkers, our COVID ancestors who are still with us. This is, by design, the final year of naming the lost memorials. So we do have a lot of people to thank. So when we call someone's name, we'll invite you to stand or wave if you are able. And then we'll ask the rest of the group to hold applause until we get to the end of each group, and then we'll give each other huge, huge applause because everyone here has contributed so much. So first, we want to thank this year's Naming the Lost planning team. So we'll invite you to stand or wave if you're able. Juan Aguirre, Sandra A.M. Bell, Elena Martinez, me, Megan Paradis Hanley, Jenny Romaine, Seth Schonberg, Kay Turner, Steve Zeitlin, you can stay standing, and of course our co-founding member of Naming the Lost, Alexa Aviles. Could you please give them a round of applause?
Wow, that's nice, thank you. Next, we'd like to thank this year's partners who built the beautiful memorial. Please stand if you are able when your name is called. We invite you to hold your applause until the end. 2025 community partners are Alice Houston House,
Staten Island. Hello.
Bangladesh Institute of Performing Arts, Bronx Documentary Center, Casa Yuramain, Guyana Cultural Association, Health and Hip Hop Inc., Law COVID Justice, the Lunicorns, Marked by COVID, Azteca, the Naming the Lost Lights team, New Moon Sisters, Parent-Child Relationship Association, Project Safe at Family Health Centers at NYU Langone, Pure Elements, Evolution in Dance, West Indian American Day Carnival Association, Women's Empowerment Coalition of New York, and Yafa Cultural Arts. Please give them all a hand.
We couldn't build the memorial each year without our incredible installation team. Hello, installation team. Thank you so much for your labor and care. Please stand if you're able when your name is called. The astounding, inimitable, indefatigable Sandra A.M. Bell. Ms. Ingley Black, dark and brown, Amelia Castillo, Mary Feaster, David Guzman, Stanton Jones, Liana Kallman, Erica Marland, Amani Noreldin, Jenny Romaine, Early Shaneda, Aviva Silverman, Margie Trapani, Sam Wilson, and incredible Greenwood volunteers.
And lastly, we are so grateful to our funders at the Monuments Project, which is a special grant-making initiative of the Mellon Foundation. Naming the Lost is a collaborative project. It's held down by our amazing friends at City Lore, Great Small Works, Mano a Mano, Mexican Culture Without Borders, and our friends here at Greenwood Cemetery. So we want to thank all the staff at those organizations who have provided so much support for this project. There goes the POEMobile, City Lore's beautiful vehicle. And I especially want to thank our friends here at Greenwood, especially Harry Wheel, Stacy Locke, Gabrielle Gatto, and volunteer coordinator to the stars, Margie Trapani. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. We're going to turn it back over to Kay.
fine. Check one, thank you. Now we get to the serious part. Ritual is a way of communicating with words and without words, with song and without song, with the body and without the body, with the mind and without the mind, but always with the heart. The heart plays its part in ritual in a way that it doesn't play a part in any other way. The heart opens through ritual, and the heart becomes the person of the heart. Ritual is also the most profound way to communicate with those who have gone beyond. There is no other way that is quite as powerful as coming together in ritual to honor and remember the dead. So we really, really appreciate you being in this circle, and we will now proceed with the ritual portion of the evening. I'm going to tell you who's going to do ritual with us in order. You have a program, and you can also follow the program as well. But I want to name the names of the ritualists, artists, and practitioners who are with us tonight. They're a very special group of people that came together tonight. They're very much in touch with what we need to do tonight, to do the work. Because ritual is a kind of work. It's a kind of doing. In fact, ritual comes from the word, the thing done. Not the thing said, but the thing done. So we're here tonight to do the thing. And I'm very honored to present the following artists and practitioners to unite with us and unite each other to each other tonight in remembering the COVID dead. Along with the theme that we have for our memorial this year, a bridge, a stitch, a compass, Nate Speare will build a sound bridge for us. We will then have an opening libation by Winston Jeggae Hoppie in the Guyanese tradition. Lucia Ce-Malinalli will then do a limpia, the traditional Mexican purification tradition. And then a song, because song is so important in carrying our remembrances of the dead. And Adriana Vergara will sing Nature Boy, written by Eden Abes and originally sung by Nat King Cole. Memorial stones are a Jewish tradition that we recognize here in New York, but memorial stones are also a universal tradition that we find in many, many different cultures. And Sarah Chandler will offer memorial stones. There couldn't be a ritual without a story. And so Willie Kearse of the archive-based creative arts, the Parole Prep Project of New York City, will be telling us a COVID story. And this COVID story has to stand in for hundreds, thousands of stories of COVID. Each of these ritual acts this evening are meant to raise the power of the problem of COVID and to bring us to that problem with an understanding that we can't go above it. We can't retrieve those who are gone, but we can remember and we can honor and we can gesture toward their immortality. And then we'll have a stitching together, again, a We're going to try it. It's a small together ritual that we'll do to stitch all of us together into one. And that will be led by the Naming the Lost Memorial team. And then we will do our traditional Naming the Lost. And really, in terms of ritual, in terms of the practice of this group, Naming the Lost Memorials, we really came together in such a special part of what we've done over the past 5 years to raise the names of those we lost to COVID. At the time that the memorial began in May of 2020, the powers that be, that are still, again, the powers that are, unfortunately, refused to name the dead, refused to acknowledge that people were dying. And Naming the Lost became a way to raise the names of those who had died, many thousands who had died by Memorial Day of 2020. And we began our project in that month. So, as part of this ritual, we always name the lost, and we invite you to think during the time of the ritual program that we're about to do, to think of people that you know, who you want to honor, who you want to call when the naming occurs. And then we'll have a closing libation with Glenda Cadogan and members of the new Moon Sisters. And after that, we'll place our candles that we use for the naming onto the altar, and this altar will burn. The candles will burn until they burn out. And that will be quite some time. And then at the very end, one of the great things that we've done every year is that we dance with Mazarte, the Mexican dance group that leads us to a certain kind of joy at the end of this very somber exercise. And we lift up our spirits in the butterfly dance that will be taught to us by Myrna, and the I guess they're inside? Yeah, okay. So they'll be coming out, and we'll be doing the dance over here, right behind you, in the grass. So that's how we finish out, and then, as Megan said, we hope you'll go down the hill and out onto Fifth Avenue and take one more walk along the memorial panels that should, by the time we finish, be brilliantly lit with the 44,965 lights representing the dead from COVID here in New York City. So it is my very, very great honor to begin this ritual with Nate Speare and the Sound Bridge.
also. First, I must give thanks and praise to the Creator. Now, all good things in this earth, all blessings come from the Creator. So before I start this libation, I would ask if you can take a little bit of this grain and pass it around. Yep, you can take. Just pass it around. Now I'll tell you what, take some of the grains, hold on to it, I'll tell you what we'll do with it later. A libation is giving honor to our ancestors. And for all those who have passed, they have become our ancestors. Now there's the saying that a child cannot be an ancestor, let's say, for an adult. So there are many children who have passed through the COVID. And they will be the ancestors for the children. Because they are saying that, oh, the ancestor must be older than you are. So if so, then the children will be the ancestor for our children. So the libation is pouring a drink offering to the ancestors. It can be water, it can be strong drink, wine. I'm from Guyana originally, and I would see my grandfather or some of his older friends that they're taking a drink. They would open it and they would throw some behind their back and say, "This is for you, boy." And I would look around to see what they're talking about. And and there was nobody there, but they know what they were doing. They were doing a libation. So we're going to do a libation today. I want to ask my sister over there, can you please come, please? Yes. And my brother, now I said you can use both wine or water. We're going to use both. I have here some sweet-smelling incense. It's the 4711 cologne. And you know, if you invite somebody to your home, you want your home to be smelling good once they come in. So we're going to use some of this in the air. I actually brought some incense, but I see there's incense burning there, so I don't have to use that. So I'm going to spray some of this in the air for that sweet-smelling fragrance. Now we have the wine and the water. Now, when I do the libation and I roll the drums, they would pour just a few drops, right? And we're gonna, at the end of the drum roll, you would say Ashe. Now Ashe is, you're in agreement. You're saying amen to what is being done. Now as I was coming in, I was chanting hello. It's just hello. We're saying hello to the ancestors. Right? Now towards the end, we're going to use those. Are the grains going around? Grains. You can share all around? Yes. And we're going to sprinkle those grains around. You can throw them. You're not going to make a mess or anything. In fact, okay, you said this is the last one? Well, we're going to come back and see if anything goes. Because there's of peas and rice, black-eyed peas, split peas, and there's some incense in between it. So it's just grains. It's for prosperity and replenishing the earth. It's blessings. So we're going to do the libation. First we're going to do a libation, inviting the ancestors to come in, because if it wasn't for them, we would not be here. We climb on their shoulders. They're responsible for us. So we honor them, and we're going to pour a libation for our ancestors. Ashe. Next, we're going to pour a libation for all those who are gathered here. That's a blessing for us who are gathered here. And even for those who would have loved to be here, but couldn't. Ashe. Then we're going to pour a libation for the children. The children who are the future, our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, because they are the future. Last but not least, we're going to do a blessing for the environment, for Mother Earth. And if you all have our grains, we're going to just sprinkle those grains wherever you want to do. Right? Throw some on your head, put some in your pocket, put some in your pocketbook. It's a blessing. And you're going to pour the remainder of this. Hello.
if you're able, you can take one of the rattles and join us. These right here. Those of you who are able to stand, we're going to look east. If you can turn to east.
So this ceremony is offering of ancestors. This ceremony comes from Mexico, for the people who died of the COVID. And I take a permission to the garden, to the 7 directions. Thank you to stay here. Thank you to accompany us with the make a songs, to the make a hearts, to make a love in hearts. We will start. Ashkano, Tewansin Tonansin, Tewansin Tonanansin, Tabalachiwa, Simpema, Jempewas, Tongueño, Totramanalo, Nikan Kam, Flawistlampa. Can you raise the hands? In the song, look at the song. I take the permission. Gardens, to this garden in this direction, the east. I take your permission to make the ceremony and come with us, ancestors. And I offering smoking in the copal, song of the rather, and song of the drums. Garden for the direction west. I offering smoking the copal, and sound of the rattles, and sound of the drums. And I offering the women to die this direction. And don't see her sons, don't see her children. I offering this ceremony for the women to don't see, to don't cut the babies. This place, the opportunity to open your heart and have the compassion to this woman, to this person, to die in the COVID, to die and don't see the song, to die and don't see the spirituality, to don't see the light. And I offering smoking the copal, son of the raros.
Now we turn around and we face north. Put your hands to the sky.
of the dark part of the human. I offering smoking the copal. I offering of suffering and crying. I offering a song of the drums, a song of the rattles. Accept the offering this direction, the direction of the ancestors, in direction to the part, the darkness part.
Now we turn to the south. And raise your hands to the sky.
Direction of the garden to the south. The south. I offer in smoking the copal. I offer in the heart. The hummingbird. You see the best possibilities in the life. Now you are standing here and have the light. But one day, the life is time. This direction. You see your best opportunities with the hummingbird. To the little bird. To see them fly. You could fly now. You could fly in this life. You see your best possibility in this physical world. Touch your heart. Have the compassion to the humans, to all the humanity, to all the cultures, to all colors. The heart is just one. The love is just one. The universe is just one. I offer it to the copal. Offering the songs of the rattles, the drum, and the conch.
Now we turn to the center. And raise your hands to the sky. Look up to the sky.
Place of the sun, place of the moon, place of the stars, place of the celestial world. We are offering to the copal. We are offering the good actions, offering of love, offering of the compassion, offering of heart. Accept with this offering, smoking of the copal, the sound of the rattles, the sun to the drum, the sun to the sun.
We're going to do a circle, turn around circle. If any of you can sit on the ground, you can. If not, you can stand or sit on the chair.
Direction of the Mother Earth. You give us the aliment, just give us the fruit. Give the plants to the medicine, Mother Earth. To Nancy, you give us the flowers. We walk in your skin all the time.
One day we come from you, one day we return to you.
Accept with offering. Because Ricardo says, come from you, and one day back to you.
Give us permission to be humble and to recognize our origin. We have walked with you for many years. Our ancestors are here. And one day we will connect with them, giving permission to the generations, to the new generations, from generation to generation. Accept our offering. Our physical bodies, our soul will live forever. Forever and ever.
Accept the offering, smoking el copal, Sancto de Raros, and Sancto de Trump.
Mateo, you can stand. Close your hands around your chest, over your heart.
This direction for the heart.
That our heart be one with the universe. Our heart keeps us alive. We all are one heart. When we close our eyes, only hear our heart. Give permission to our heart to feel how beautiful life is and how beautiful death is. Because it's a human process. Everything that is born will be gone. To rebirth. Generation for generation.
Her offering, accept with offering. The smoking of copal, the song of the raros, the good thoughts of us, the good actions all the time. The song of the drum, the song of the conch.
Ometeo. Gracias. Thank you. We're going to say thank you 4 times.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ometeo. You can now put this back where it was. Thank you.
And then one day, a magic day, he passed my way. Oh, oh, oh. For these things I do weep. For these things I do weep. Al eila ani bochia. Al eila ani bochia. Oh, al eila ani bochia. An origin story about burial. In the Hebrew Bible, in the book of Genesis, the first humans, Adam and Eve, experienced the first human death when their son Cain kills his brother Abel. As they are sitting and weeping and mourning for him, they realize they do not know what to do with Abel, for they were unaccustomed to burial. A raven came. One of its fellow birds was dead at his side. The raven said, "I will teach the human what to do." The raven took his fellow, dug in the earth, hid him, and buried him before them. Adam said, "Like this raven will I act." He took the corpse of Abel and dug in the earth and buried him. Today, as humans who wish to visit the burial site of our beloved ancestors, we mark the plots with engraved stones. Sometimes we bring flowers, or songs, or stories, or just our presence and our tears. And yet plants and words and tears are ephemeral. As we remember them, we pray that their souls be bound up in the bond of life. Nafshotehem tzirurot b'tzror ha-chayim. The bond of life. Tziror ha-chayim. Tziror is also the Hebrew word for pebble. We are now passing around some stones of different shapes and sizes. These are for a ritual purpose, to carry with you until the next time you visit a gravesite of a dear friend or family member. Tonight, as you receive your stone, this stone is for you to grasp, to caress, feel its weight, feel its textures. Hold it gently in your hand, tracing the cracks, the smooth part, the cool side, the warm side. The stone you are holding was once deep in the earth, harvested and mined from its place. The earthly bodies of our beloved dead are now in the soil, under the grass, among the stones of all shapes and sizes. We long for their presence, so we travel to their final resting place, recalling their time with us on planet Earth. We talk to them directly, imagining they are fully present to our lives without them. Look around you. The flowers are bursting forth from the stems of the plants and the branches of the trees. They are reaching up towards the heavens to reflect the stars in the sky. These stones that we place will reflect and reach up in alignment with the planets and the celestial beings that guide our days, our months, and our years. By placing the smaller stone on the larger headstone, we mark that we have been there and that their memory continues to live on in and through us. The bond of life, Tziror HaChaim. Oh, al eile ani bochia, for these things do I weep.
Hi, everyone. Hello, my name is Willie Kearse. Oh, is this something? Tall. Hello, my name is Willie Kearse. I'm going to take you back to the spring of 2020. In March 2020, I was at Eastern Correctional Facility towards the tail end of a 28 to life year sentence for a crime I did not commit. Though I was in the last place most people want to be spend a pandemic, I felt relatively safe there and able to keep myself in my single cell as news of the pandemic filtered in. Within a month, as the Department of Corrections attempted to disperse the prison population, I would be transferred to the Fishfield Correctional Facility. Just 2 hours away, but still worlds away from the city. I landed in the packed dormitory-style housing with 55 other men at the height of the early days of the pandemic. I cried to the administration every day to get me out of there. And when they finally moved me after 3 weeks, I learned 3 men on that dorm died within a week of me relocating. 5 years later, I'm free, but I left behind many people who still face daily medical violence and abuse, and who daily find innovative ways to support each other through it. I want to bring our experiences into this year's Name of the Lost Memorial theme: a bridge, a stitch, a compass. A bridge. I'm here to build the bridge between those who have experienced the ongoing pandemic from outside prison and those who experience it from inside prison. Our experiences are linked, and through understanding your own experience, you can begin to understand ours. The deprivation, the misinformation, the grief, what people on the outside experience, we experience an extreme version of. Whereas people on the outside had Zoom funerals, we were locked in ourselves and separated from each other for months until we could briefly gather in the yard under the suspicious watch of guards and grieve the death of our mentors, our friends, our comrades. We wrote poems to honor our dead. We found ways. Whereas essential workers on the outside got applause each day, essential workers in prison single-handedly kept thousands of people fed, ensured our disabled brothers and sisters had their needs met, worked hospice, saw to it that our elders were checked in on and cared for, and made sure that people had the basic cleaning supplies needed to try and to protect our own space and each other. And we were met with silence from beyond the wall. A stitch between people inside and people outside. The criminalization of our collective survival and our community care stitches us together. It may seem crazy now, but at the start of the pandemic, people in prison got disciplinary tickets for wearing masks. When we were finally allowed them, we were forced to wear them inside out because we can't wear the color blue, making them totally ineffective. As airborne viruses persist, people in prison are forced to only to use cotton masks created out of the same fabric that our underwear is made of, produced by Core Craft. People in prison get one ineffective fabric mask now. The mask ban that New Yorkers have been fighting for people in the street, we've been fighting wholesale since day one. Look at what's going on for people in the streets. Imagine a heightened version, you understand your connection to people in prison. Under this administration, we also see increasing criminalization, gender expression, the repression of certain lifestyles, marginalized people take a step forward with rights, are then knocked back so many steps. This oppression happens through denial of health care and through the forced movement of trans women and women's prisons into men's prisons. We are not at the mercy of the people who want to send us backwards. The work we do to keep each other alive, to keep each other's power across our differences, it stitches us together. A compass. In Palestine, they say, prisoners are the compass of our struggle. I will say it again for us in the United States. Prisoners are the compass of our struggle. With this phrase in mind, I invite you to learn from us. I invite you not to build for us, but to build with us. Learn from how we care for each other, how we have fought to be heard, recognized, and invited into communities like Name the Lost Memorial. To further speak about the neglect, violence, and criminalization that affects people inside prisons worldwide. Thank you.
Oh, great, some light. That's great, perfect. Now we come to the portion of our evening for naming the lost. And I'd like all of you to think with me about names of those in your family, in your friendship network, people that you even didn't know, but cherished in some way, who died of COVID. But before we start, I'd like us all to just build a bridge, make a stitch, and create a compass together. Very simply. Build a bridge. Build a bridge. Build a bridge. Make a stitch. Make a stitch. Make a stitch. Make a stitch. Make a compass. Make a compass. Make a compass. All of you have lights. All of you have names. Names of strangers. People you probably don't know. But we want to recognize all New Yorkers tonight. We want to recognize those we know and those we don't know. So I invite you to participate with me in naming the dead. For those of you who can stand, please stand up. And we'll start first with names of those people who we dearly know and dearly loved, who died from COVID. What we try to do is create a spiral of names. We start slowly and then we build. You can repeat the name of the person over and over again if you want to, or you can call it out just one time. And then we will do the names of strangers, and each of you has a piece of paper that has the names of people who died from COVID here in New York City. We want to raise those names. That's the reason Naming the Lost Memorials came into being, and that's how we're going to go out, by naming the names of the dead. I'll start with Anup Kumar Das. May I have another?
Marilyn Johnson.
May I have another? May I have another? May I have another?
Jose Torres.
May I have another?
Corky Lee.
Repeat. May I have yes. May I have another? May I have another? More names. More names. More names. Naming the lost. 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 Chant with me, naming the lost. Naming the lost. Naming the lost. Naming the lost. And now if you would take the piece of paper that you have and begin shouting those names. Naming the lost. 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 Naming the lost.
Rosario Gonzalez.
Samore Collins.
Julie Butler. Aldo Uriola. Frederick Thomas. Sonny Allen. Edwin Garcia. Sylvester Thompson Jr. Marissa Marie Soto Williams. Jose Hernandez. Seymour Cy Collins.
Eddie Richmond.
Paula Price, Grandma York.
Michael Armstrong.
Jeremy Hand.
Marissa Marie Soto Williams.
Fred the Godson Thomas.
Gary Cherry. Sister Georgina Close.
Nacho Moore,
David Baby Vasquez.
Angela Piro,
Jody G. Sierra.
Naming the lost.
Gil Torres,
Naming the lost.
Carol Ashira,
Naming the lost. 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 Rest in peace. Rest in power. Naming the lost. Keep naming the lost throughout our lifetime until we are named. And now the new Moon Sisters with Glenda Cadogan will offer the closing libation. And after the libation is finished, you may bring your candles up and place them on the altar, and then we're going to dance with Mazarte.
We are members of the New Moon Circle, but in this capacity here today, New Moon Circle input in mounting the mural part of the Naming the Lost project, one of the community groups. But for this purpose, we are actually priests under the African traditional religion, in this case, the religion out of Yoruba land, Nigeria, which is called Iseshe. So we are all priests, and it's in this capacity we come under this banner to be able to do a very short and simple but powerful ritual. I know we are told that with time press I can't see anything. Well, we are pressed for time, so we are going to make it a little bridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tell you everything that we're going to do. Right? There's a song we're going to sing, there's something we're going to chant. I was going to teach you the song, but we're going to just sing it for you. What I want you to know, we're going to, in more sacred traditions, the elements are honored. No matter what part of the world, reverence is paid to the elements. Earth, wind, fire, and water. And so today we are going to use the elements to be able to close off. So we are very happy to be able to have this opportunity to be able to close off using all of the elements and bringing all at play which already came into play here. So we will pour a quick libation, then we will sing a song. I'll tell you the meaning. We'll sing in Yoruba. I'll tell you the meaning. And then we will chant a verse from the Yoruba scripture in Yoruba. I'll tell you the meaning even beforehand. And then we will use the number 46,955, and that will be our fire. So our water, our fire, we will burn the names, and then we will place that under the tree, on the earth, and the wind is our breath. Or prayer, or Emi, we call it in Yoruba. The prayer, that is what is the representation of the wind. So, first thing to know, the song that I was going to teach that we are going to just sing, if you catch it by the third round, you can join in. You just need to know the 4 words, right? So, the word for ancestors in Yoruba is Egun. Egun. Everybody say Egun. Egun. Right? Iba means we pay homage to. We. Mojuba means I pay homage to. So we're going to say Iba. Egun. Iba. Egun. So we are paying homage to all our ancestors. And so we are going to sing Iba Egun o. Iba Egun o. Apeo sileo. Iba Egun o. Iba Egun, Iba Egun, Iba Egun, oh. Iba Egun, Iba Egun, Iba Egun, oh. Simple. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. Oh, let me tell you what it means. It says, I said, you pay homage to our Eguns, each and us, Eguns continue to elevate. And then we're going to do a chant. And we're going to do a chant from the sacred Odu called Oyeku Meji. And what we are saying in it, right, I'm giving you the translation before, is that we are saying that we are calling so that death will be removed from the heads. It says our sons, but it means our children. The word actually says son, but of course it means our children. So we are going to ask death to push away. We're going to say, oh, the person we call, the priest named who we call in the chant, it is because he did Ebo, which is ritual, and with that, it pushed away death from the head of his children and from his head. That's what it is the chant is saying. Okay? So let's go. So let's use the grass and Nandi. I ground our sacred calabash to the earth, where the bones of our ancestors are interred. I raise our sacred calabash to the heavens, to Orun, where the spirit of our ancestors dwell in the realm of the ancestors. Iba Yeguno, Iba Yeguno, apeo sileo, iba eguno, iba eguno, iba eguno, apeo sileo, iba eguno, iba egun, iba egun, iba eguno, iba egun, iba egun, iba eguno. So we pour libation to all ancestors. We pour water onto the earth because wherever we pour water, water will always find its path. Pour water to the earth because it is the water that wears down the rock and not the other way around. It is the water that holds up the bar. So we pour water for ancestors so that they may be strong as water. We say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And so, with our breath, our Emmy, we pour water with our Emmy. We chant to push away death from our children and from our heads. Oyoku Mejio. Egun waniko se kanya di fafun baba yeku yeku. Ti wumpe, kowe yeku. Kowe lowe omore. Ebi waniko wase. Osi bebe ose. Kene yeku kowe lowe wa eji oye. If amne lekun kowe lowe wa eji oye. We pray today that eji oye. That Oyokumeji would push away death from all the heads of our children. That today will push away death from coming, any untimely death from any one of us here. None of us, no head standing here today would ever have a premature funeral. But today we will have Ire or Aiku, which is long life, which is the greatest blessing. Yoruba says the greatest blessing you can have, Ire, is blessing. Because if we have long life, then we can enjoy all the other Ires of life. So we pray our ancestors will continue to help us. And so today, we list the names of our ancestors. Can you have some of the names of the paper? Yeah. From the water. And so today, with the fire, you just need to get the plastic bag. Okay, so we have a little situation with our fire here. Our accelerant is up there, so we will light our fire. Okay, give thanks. And so, we pray today that all of the elements will support over the 5 years of all that we have had. We pray the water, the wind, our breath, our prayer, the fire will continue to burn brightly. And the earth, as we bury these names in this jar, is the number 46,933. 55, sorry. The names, the number of all the COVID. So we burn and we will place on the earth here in Greenwood Cemetery as a marker for what it is the Naming the Lost Memorial Committee has done here for the past 5 years. We honor that. We know that numbered among that number, 46,955, are some of your loved ones and their names. So to know that they are now interred right here. So we give you thanks. Thank you for your time. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. Ashe. Ashe.
Glenda and Moon Sisters, thank you so much for closing our circle. And now we invite all of you to come up and place your light on the altar table. And that altar will burn with memory, burn with love, burn with our connection to each other, because we were all here together tonight. And I thank you very much for being here. And after you place your candle on the altar, go over to the side here where Mazarte is waiting for you, and we're going to do the butterfly dance together. The butterfly dance lifts the spirit up into the air and out to the streets of New York. I'm going to close our circle by pouring water into the center of the compass. We all have a future, and the compass points us toward the unknown. May the dead travel with us, and may we travel with the dead.
Ashe.
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 Come on, everyone. Come on. Get in. All right, come on. Come on. Let's fly. Come on. Okay, that was very